Here's the thing. If you've ever wondered why your introverted girlfriend sometimes seems like a mystery, listen up. Because if you don't understand her, you'll never connect with her on the deep level she truly craves, and that's where you'll start to have problems. So let's dive into what makes her tick, and even better, what will make her obsessed with you for knowing these things. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. She's not avoiding you, she's recharging. Alrighty, here's something you need to understand if you want to make things work with an introvert. She recharges her energy differently than you might expect. Picture this. After a long day, you're excited to hang out, talk about everything that happened, maybe even plan a night out together. But your introverted girlfriend, she might come home and just want to be alone for a bit. Here's where most guys get it wrong. They think, well, why doesn't she want to be with me right now? Is she pulling away? But listen carefully, it's not about you. Introverts need their alone time to reset, especially after a day filled with social interactions. She's not rejecting you or trying to create distance. She's just taking a breather so she can actually enjoy her time with you later. Think of it like her recharging her phone. She's preparing herself to be fully present and engaged when you're together. Now, here's what makes this really powerful. When you give her that space, you're showing her that you respect her needs. And trust me, that's one of the most attractive things you can do for her. When she's ready, she'll come back recharged and your time together will be fantastic. So rather than worrying or crowding her, try this next time. Let her have her space and maybe even send a quick message that says, hey, take all the time you need. Looking forward to seeing you. This shows you're confident, patient, and understanding, all qualities that an introvert finds irresistible. When you understand that she's not avoiding you but simply recharging, it shifts everything. You're no longer left questioning her interest, and instead you're the guy who gets her and allows her to be herself. Texting isn't her thing, but don't freak out. Let's talk about texting, because this is where so many guys start to worry. You send her a message, something witty, even maybe something flirty, and then you just sit there waiting for her response. Minutes pass, maybe hours, and she doesn't reply. By now, you're probably wondering if she's just not that into you, but hold up. This is actually one of the most common misunderstandings when it comes to dating an introvert. Here's the deal. For introverts, texting can feel like a drain, especially if they're in the middle of a busy day. It's not that she's ignoring you or that she doesn't want to talk to you. It's the constant back and forth messaging that she feels exhausted by. Introverts generally prefer quality over quantity. She might see texting as something to do when she's ready to give her full attention rather than just firing back quick responses throughout the day. So instead of panicking or double texting, which can come off as needy, you want to take a different approach. Send thoughtful messages, ones that show that you really know her. You can even add a little bit of mystery by sending something interesting about your day or something that reminds you of her. You want her to smile when she reads it, not feel like it's a chore to reply. When you do this, you're showing her that you're not just another guy trying to get constant attention. You're someone who respects her time and space. And when you give her that breathing room, you'll actually find that she responds more eagerly. Why? Because basically, you've shown her that you're different. You're patient, you're confident, and secure enough not to need instant replies. And of course, that will stand out in a very big way. Remember, she'll text back when she's ready, and when she does, it'll be worth the wait. Point 3, respect her boundaries, even when they seem like walls. If you're dating an introvert, you've got to understand this. Her boundaries aren't about keeping you out, they're about protecting her peace. The quicker you understand that, the stronger your relationship will be. You see, introverts are incredibly careful about who they let into their space. So if she has boundaries that feel like they're keeping you at arm's length, don't freak out. Don't push, just respect them. And you'll earn her trust faster than you think. You see, introverts often build walls not to isolate themselves, but to filter out people who might not really understand or appreciate them. Those boundaries are there to keep her emotional space safe. But if you can respect her need for space, ensure that you're not here to intrude or give her pressure, she'll start to see you as someone different. She'll see you as someone safe, someone who values her feelings and doesn't take it personally when she needs time alone. And here's where a lot of guys mess up. They think, if I can just get her to open up, everything will be great. And then they start pushing. But with an introvert, the opposite is true. The more you push, the higher her walls will get. So instead, this is what you do. Be patient, give her the freedom to open up on her own terms. Start by showing her that you're there for her, but without needing to know every detail of her life right away. Let her share when she's ready, and each time she does, make sure that she feels heard, make sure she feels understood. This is a powerful approach. You see, when an introvert feels like she can control the pace of how much she shares, she'll start to let you in gradually. And when she does, it's like getting a glimpse into her world that a few people ever get to see. Point 4. Quiet doesn't mean bored. She's showing her love in subtle ways. So if you're used to dating women who express their love with grand gestures or constant chatter, you might misread an introvert's quietness as disinterest. But the truth is, for an introvert, love often shows up in small, subtle ways that most people miss. Introverts are all about quality over quantity, and that means their affection isn't going to be in your face, okay? You might not get that loud declaration or the PDA, but what you do get is something rare, a kind of quiet love that's deeply intentional. For instance, have you noticed how she remembers the smallest details about you? Or how she shows up when it really matters, even if she's uncomfortable being around crowds? These are her ways of saying, look, I'm here for you, without ever having to say the words out loud. Here's the thing. When she does something small like bringing you your favorite coffee or say planning a cozy night, that's her love language. Introverts tend to be more observant, so they'll catch things about you that you might not even notice about yourself. And when she puts in the effort to make you feel special in those quiet, understated ways, it means that you're important to her. She's showing you that she cares, but in a way that's comfortable and genuine, Now here's how you can stand out as her partner, okay? Don't overlook these moments. Show her that you see and appreciate them, because when you do, you'll mean the world to her. Point 5, her social battery has a limit, and it's not personal. Okay, let's talk about her social battery, because if you're dating an introvert, it can be a huge game changer to understand. Imagine this, right? You take her to a party and everything seems to be going well. She's laughing, have a good time, and you're thinking, wow, this is great. But then, an hour or two in, she starts to pull back. She's quieter, looking a little tired, and eventually she says she's ready to leave. Now, at that point, you're probably thinking, wait, what happened? Did she get bored? Did I do something wrong? Here's the thing. It's not about you. It's not even about the party. Introverts have what we call a social battery. And once that battery runs out or runs low, they need to recharge. For an introvert, socializing can be fun, but also exhausting. And even if she's enjoying herself, that energy will drain really fast. When her social battery is low, she's not disconnecting from you or checking out. She's simply at her limit. It's like running a marathon for her, even if it's just a night out. Now, here's where you can really stand out for her as a partner. Instead of feeling disappointed or taking it personally, you want to be that guy who understands her limits. Show her you respect her need to recharge. When she says she's ready to head out, try and say something like, hey, you know what? No problem. Let's go recharge. Believe me, that will mean the world to her. She'll see you as someone who genuinely gets her, who isn't going to push her to be someone that she's not. And guess what? That level of acceptance is incredibly attractive to her. So instead of seeing her social battery as a barrier, see it as a way to be that guy who gets her better than anyone else. Point number 6, alone time together can be just as romantic. Alrighty, let's flip the script on romance for a moment. If you're with an introvert, you might think romance means big dates, fancy dinners, or exciting adventures. And while those things can be great, what you need to know is that for an introvert, the most meaningful moments are often the simplest ones, the ones where you're just together. Now, here's what I mean by alone time together, okay? Introverts value quality over quantity. So spending time with you doesn't always mean it has to be something elaborate. I mean, for her, romance can be like a quiet evening at home, both of you doing your own thing. Maybe she's reading a book, you're watching a movie, or you're both scrolling through your phones. Just being in the same space, sharing that peaceful moment is intimate for her. It's like you're together without the pressure of performing or being on for each other. Now, here's the key. You want to embrace the quiet moments instead of feeling like you need to make everything eventful. When you can sit in comfortable silence, letting her have her own mental space whilst knowing you're there, she'll feel understood. She'll feel at ease. right? And this kind of connection is rare, especially in today's world where people feel the constant need to be busy or engaged. Now, if you can show her that you're totally comfortable with just being with her, it will mean the world. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Those quiet moments lay the foundation for deeper intimacy. When you're both feeling relaxed with no distractions or obligations, it will allow for a level of comfort that's truly bonding. And over time, she'll come to associate you with that sense of calm, a rare feeling that makes her want to spend more time with you and only you. So next time, instead of planning a big date, you want to try this. Invite her over for a low-key evening. Make her feel comfortable to just be herself without any pressure to talk or entertain. Maybe have some cozy blankets, put on a movie, or just let her read or sketch while you do your thing. When she sees that you're okay with sharing these quieter moments, she'll feel safe, valued, and closer to you in ways that are hard to find in most relationships. The bottom line, guys, is this. Being with an introvert is like learning a beautiful secret language, okay? It takes patience, it takes awareness, and a lot of respect for her needs. But if you can master this, you'll have a heart in a way that most men never will. And if you want more tips on how to win women, well, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. My name is Jessica OS. I'll catch you in the next video.